Hello, class. Today we are going to cover how to evaluate health information, specifically websites. Let me open up the slideshow. And here we go. All right, before you purchase a product or a service, you need to evaluate the information you receive about it. Is it accurate? Is it useful? To evaluate health information, you need to evaluate the source of information. This is a review from last class, but some questions to ask yourself when you're looking at information and you're looking specifically at the source. Is the source qualified to speak or write on this topic? Sometimes we review information and it's very interesting or entertaining, but it could just be somebody's personal story. It could be an advertisement as well. So make sure it's a qualified person with some experience or some credentials behind their name to back up what they're saying. Second, does the source bring a bias or slant to the topic? For example, are they trying to sell you a product or a service? Pay close attention to that. Third, are there other reliable sources that reach the same conclusion? So if you're researching information online, that seems like that's the easiest way nowadays. If you're looking up some information, are you getting the same information from several different sources? If so, that's a good thing. And last, is the information current and up to date? So check the date on the topic, and depending on what you're researching, that date might be very useful for you. If it's old, out-of-date material, you might want to throw out that information. All right, so as I said, today we're going to be looking at websites. So some information or some ways to tell whether a website is credible are first to see if there is an author. So information on the internet with a listed author is one indication of a credible site. The fact that the author is willing to stand behind the information presented, and in some cases even include their contact information, that's a good sign that this information is reliable. Second, check the date on the website. The date of any research information is important, including information found on the internet. By including a date, the website allows readers to make decisions about whether that information is recent enough for their purposes. Third, check your sources. Credible websites, like books and scholarly articles, should be citing the source of the information presented. Fourth, check the domain of the website. Some domains, such as .com, .org, and .net, can be purchased and used by anyone. However, the domain .edu is reserved for colleges and universities, and .gov is for a government website. Those two are generally considered to be credible sources of information, though not always, and you might have your own opinions about that as well. But sometimes colleges or universities might use a .edu address. They might give those to their students for personal use, in which case it might not be credible. And then how about .org? .org is used for a nonprofit organization. It may be totally credible. They also might have an agenda. They might be trying to persuade the reader to a particular topic, or they might have an agenda that they want to get across. Number 5 is the site design. Now, this can be very subjective. What you think is a great website and what I think is a great website might be two different things. But generally speaking, a website should be, easy to navigate, easy to understand. It should be appealing to the eye. A well-designed site can be an indication of more reliable information. Good design helps make information more easily accessible. And 6, the writing style. Poor spelling and grammar are an indication that the site might not be credible. In an effort to make the information presented easy to understand, credible sites watch writing styles very closely, and they will have several people check and edit the material before it ever gets published. Of course, there may be some reliable websites that don't include all of those qualities. If you are unsure whether the site you're using or looking at is credible, verify the information you find there with another source that you know is reliable, such as an encyclopedia or a book on the subject, or talk to an expert. The kind of website you use for research can also depend on the topic you are investigating. In some cases, it may be appropriate to use information from a company or nonprofit organization's website, such as if you were writing an industry or company overview. That's not really what we're going to be doing today, but just generally speaking, when you're researching information, sometimes that's what you want. All right, I'm going to take a look at today's website. It's called Evaluating Health Websites, and it is on Schoology. And I believe it is in the folder called something like Being a Wise Health Consumer. So we're consuming our time right now when we're looking up information. So we want to make sure we're spending our time wisely. Your time is a valuable resource for you. Okay, there's 2 pages to this. They're both the same, so you're going to do the same thing twice. Step 1 says, what is a typical health-related and school-appropriate question that a high school student might look up online? Write your question in the first box. So I can give you some examples, but think about what you might want to know. Maybe like the best way to clear up acne, maybe something about study skills, or how teens can deal with anxiety, or how to get in shape for your upcoming sports season. So a teen-specific health-related question that is school appropriate. Okay, so you're going to search for that. So that's step 2, searching for it. Now enter your question into your favorite search engine and find 3 websites that claim to have the answer. So you're going to type the website under that second column and then type in the URL. You can copy and paste the link there. And now you're going to use the information we've just covered to evaluate those websites. Which of those 3 websites do you think is most reliable? Go back up and highlight it. So if it was number 1, I'd go in here and I would highlight it yellow. And then step 4 is to back up your decision with 5 specific reasons why it is the most valid or most reliable website of the 3 above. Remember, you can go back into the slides on evaluating health information to help you with this. So for example, maybe the first website had the most up-to-date information, and maybe it was very easy to navigate their website. That might be number 2. And maybe number 3, there was authors cited. I'm just trying to give you some examples. So back it up with good reasons, not just, I like this brand, this is my favorite company, it looked cool, I like the answer. So use some of the terms maybe from the slides we went through. All right, when I get to the very bottom, it says, now do the same thing one more time on the next page with a different question. And so here I have it again, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, that is your assignment for today. So you're going to do that same thing twice with 2 separate questions, different websites, and all of that. And that's it. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Make sure you're staying on top of your schoolwork. Check Schoology for your grades. And again, email me if you have any questions. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.